Hey guys, so I'm going to do an unboxing and installation of a Roush Cold Air Intake for my 2013 F150 Ecoboost. So I haven't been able to find any videos online of the Roush version of it, but we're going to go ahead and install that in the turbocharged engine. I got this from jegs.com. The kit itself was, I think, $275 shipped to your door, so not too terrible. So let me go ahead and open up the box. Okay, so here is the box. So it was a pretty small box for the size box it was sent in, which is good, so they packaged it nice. It is Roush, so it's official. I wanted to go with Roush so that I didn't have any warranty issues since it is made by Ford. So we'll go ahead and open this box. Okay, so here's everything that was in that box from K&N, or from Roush, excuse me. So you have the inlet tube, the brackets for the actual intake housing, directions, and the filter. And it's a nice kind of K&N style washable filter. So let's figure out what we need to do. So first thing we need to do is we need to get this restrictive box off so we can put the high flow box on. So first thing we need to do when we start that is we need to remove the airflow sensor. So to do that, there's a little tab underneath here that you kind of where I'm putting my screwdriver. You just kind of put a little bit of pressure up on that, and it should just slide right off like that. So this is not the actual sensor itself, this is just the plug. The sensor is actually inside this, so we'll do that next. So to remove the actual sensor, there's this bolt. Let me focus it here. And it's a kind of a star bit bolt. So instead of finding a socket that would fit, I just threw a vice grip on just the tip of it. And just gonna unscrew that, like so. And then here's your sensor. Now you got to be really careful because the sensor is fragile. There we go. So it's just held in there by a little rubber gasket. That's it right there. So the gasket. And that is your hole. So now right away, I'm going to take the sensor and I'm going to put it into the new housing that we got, just so that I don't lose it and it doesn't get damaged. So to do that, it just slides in like that, and then you can see it on the inside there, and we just put that same screw right back in. So now we have that bolt put in there, and there's the sensor on the other side. So we're going to set this aside so we can finish taking apart the rest of our box right over there. Okay, so next step we got to do is we need to loosen this pipe clamp here so that we can actually disconnect the box from the intake tube. So to do that, there is a screw, hard to see here. Get down here. On the back side of it, you can see the head of it is right there. So you can either throw a flathead on there or you can put a socket on there and just loosen that right now. Don't actually take that off. Okay, next thing we need to do is disconnect the clean air box. So you have 3 tabs, 1, 2, and there's a third one right behind here. 3. Got that disconnected, and now you can actually lift this box off. So the box just slips off. Then we have our factory air filter, so we can get rid of this, toss that into the junk pile. And then here is our air box and our air intake tube. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this out a little bit so I don't have much crap floating around in there to start with. Okay, so now I got it all cleaned out, so I'm supposed to take my air filter and install it on my air filter holder. So let's do that. Okay, so now we have the air filter on the actual intake itself. It just slips on. There's a nice little, oh, I forget what you call them now, pipe clamp, and I just snug that up. So the new box just sets in here. There's 4 tabs on this side that have to get locked in, and then over here, remember we had those 3 tabs that we kind of snapped off, so you snap each one of those in. And then we have these handy dandy bolt receptacles that go in over here, like so. And we have one for the other side as well. Hard to do all that's on camera. Okay, there we go. So next thing we're going to do is we are going to set the air filter and put it in its new home. Okay, so we now have it placed in the actual air box, and then you'll notice that these two holes here line up and the one back there lines up. And so you want to go ahead and put the bolts in that they supply, and then tighten down your pipe clamp back here and your pipe clamp down here. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so now after you have everything snugged down, so you got the box snugged down, latches are in, bolt 1 and bolt 2 are in, the last thing we have to do is reattach our airflow meter. So to do that, we come over here, plop, you hear it click in, and that is it. And you can just tie everything down, and let's start it up and see how it sounds. And here it is running. Now this is going to be difficult, so I'm going to try to set that there, and let's see what happens when I give it some juice. And that's it. So I hope you liked the video, and hope you enjoy one on your guys' trucks.